to try to strive towards doing something positive with your life. I thought that was awesome. But just a little food for thought and a little bit of time for some dialogue. See those two working the case. They are determined to nail ghosts to the cross. Welcome to PANDI-S Weekly Recaps. Well, hello. I'm Pandi of PANDI-S Hair Candy and More. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. If you are already rocking with PANDI-S Peaks, you already know what it gives. Grab your snacks, your beverages, kick back and relax and enjoy this commentary. It has been a minute, yes it has, it's been a lot going on, but we are here now, and I thank you. I appreciate all of you for taking a moment out of your busy day to click on the video and come over and spend a little bit of time with your girl. Now over here, for the most part, the channel is based on hair reviews, both wigs and natural hair, as well as product reviews and TV show reviews. However, you know, with all that's going on around and about us, your girl has to get on here and give you the recaps on everything that's trending. Okay? So welcome to the Trending Recaps with Pandi. Alright? Now, if you did not do so on your way coming in, please take a moment to blow dry on my like button. It is free after all. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you really enjoy this commentary, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you double tap on that notification bell so that you can be updated each and every time new content is added to the channel. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right off into this commentary. Again, I'm Pandi of PANDI-S Hair Candy and More. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. Y'all, in entertainment news, Georgia State University is set to offer Legal Life of Kandi Burruss course. Beyond being a singer, a songwriter, and a peach holder on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi Burruss is a businesswoman. This fall, students attending the College of Law at Georgia State University will be able to dive deep into the entrepreneur's legal life and explore her way of business. In a press release, the school states that the course is a part of the Entertainment, Sports, and Media Law Initiative created in 2018 that prepares students for the growing entertainment industry. Quote, I chose Kandi because she has an amazing career which spans every aspect of the entertainment industry, from music, television, and live performance to licensing, apparel, and more, Professor Mo Ivory said. I wanted to study a woman this time, and having worked with Kandi in the past, I knew she was the perfect choice. She handles her business and it shows with her success. But all the while, she's completely approachable and willing to share her lessons learned. I couldn't be happier for my students to learn the law through Kandi's career. End quote. The law students will learn to work through deals and contracts that have built Burruss's brand, along with role-playing contract negotiations. Key players like her mother, attorneys, and her manager will also give pointers during the course. Professor Ivory hopes that by studying the actress's extensive career, students will be able to develop skills in deal making, techniques, copyrights, trademarks, licensing, and endorsements, as well as recording television and film contracts. Legal Life of series is one of Georgia State University's College of Law's unique initiatives. Last semester, students there learned that through the Legal Life of Ludacris. This class and the entire Entertainment, Sports, and Media Law Certificate program gives students there a real-world look into client representation, writing and interpreting contracts, negotiating deals, and the personal touch that it takes to be successful in the practice of this area I present. These skills aren't always taught in a traditional law school setting, and I'm looking forward to an exciting semester. She says that she's honored to be a part of this year's curriculum at Georgia State University College of Law. That's Kandi Burruss. Attorneys are among the most important members of your team. It's imperative that you have the right lawyers around you to assist in making the best decisions. Every contract that you sign is building towards your overall dreams and goals, and I'm excited to see the students get a first-hand look into some of the contracts that have shaped my career thus far. End quote. Coming straight from Kandi Burruss. You all, I was very excited to hear this. This is actually great educational-wise. What are y'all's thoughts? Were you all aware that they even offered this course at Georgia State University? Drop down in the comments below and let your girl know. I thought this was really cool and very giving of Kandi to actually, go back into the community. And this is nothing new. We see this with her all the time. Drop down in the comments below and let me know what's on your mind. This next story is actually coming from entertainment, hip-hop, music news, okay? I'll call it that. So the article goes on to state, 2 men arrested in the killing of Run DMC DJ Jam Master Jay. Now, after 18 years, the murder of legendary Run DMC DJ Jam Master Jay may have finally been solved. On Monday, August 17th, 2 men were indicted on murder charges for the October 2002 slaying of the world-renowned DJ. Ronald Washington and Carl Jordan Jr. were charged with murder while engaged in drug trafficking, according to the New York Times and law enforcement officials. Washington, 56, is currently behind bars in federal prison on robbery charges. The 36-year-old Jordan was arrested on Sunday, August 16th. The legendary DJ was shot and killed inside a Queens, New York recording studio in 2002, with few witnesses to the crime and no motive to explain his death. The case has remained unsolved until now. The pioneering DJ was a focal point of one of hip-hop's biggest groups, and in 2009, he was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Y'all, 18 years. 18 years. I always wondered what happened to DMC, the DJ from Run DMC. This is nuts, y'all. But it just goes to show you that you may get away for a while, but you gonna get caught. Somebody's gonna snitch or you're gonna get caught up. So it's just not even worth it to break the law. And this man is a hip-hop icon. I mean, Run DMC created an era of hip-hop when I was coming up. And I'm a 70s baby. Okay, so I'm in my mid to late 40s now. So, I mean, we was hurt when we first heard about him being murdered. So I'm happy that they're finally getting justice for the family members. But this is really a shame that these people actually continue to walk around for 18 years. Have you all heard about this story? If so, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Drop down in the comments below and let your girl know. Let your girl know. Okay, we're going to move right on along with these trending recaps. My next story is also coming from hip hop and entertainment news. This next story concerns female hip hop icon MC Lyte. Okay, I am the Light. MC Lyte files for divorce from husband after 3 years of marriage. MC Lyte is ending her marriage after 3 years, according to TMZ. On Monday, the relatively private entertainer and groundbreaking rapper filed for divorce in Los Angeles from Marine Corps veteran and entrepreneur John Wick. In the filing, Lyte cites irreconcilable differences. Lyte, age 49, whose real name is Lana Michelle Moore, also holds the historic record of being the first woman to be nominated in the Grammy category for the Best Solo Rap Performance. She married Wick in August of 2017 in Montego Bay, Jamaica, surrounded by their closest family and friends. The two formally met on Match.com, I didn't know that, and began their relationship journey soon after. Wick said that he had no idea who he was dating until he was encouraged to Google her by his friends. In May of 2017, the two celebrated their engagement and looked forward to their life together. Lyte explained how she let down her walls after living as a single woman for years in a May 2017 interview with Essence magazine, which I read, and the article was really good, and she looked so happy and at peace, so I was very shocked and surprised to hear this news. Quote, "My biggest thing with dating was the ability to be vulnerable," Lyte said. "With John, I can totally just let go and be myself." Looking back at their wedding day, it of course would be hard to assume that their love story would end almost 3 years later. One day, when we're talking and I looked into his eyes, it was so much honesty and truth in his eyes, MC Lyte said. "My biggest thing with dating was to be vulnerable, and with him, I could totally let go and be myself." Lyte and Wick don't have any children together, and the outlet, The Blast, reports that it's unclear whether they signed a prenuptial agreement or not. Y'all, this was so sad. I thought her and her husband were gonna be together forever. MC Lyte was the business. All us young girls wanted to be MC Lyte back in the day. She was a icon, female battle rapper from the East Coast. You know, she reigned supreme with all the men. She got down with all the men. Run DMC, KRS-One, Kumo D, Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, LL Cool J. That whole era of music, it was just always a positive message in the music. They came hard and they came fierce. So I'm sad to hear that her and her husband are divorcing after such a short time. I heard some speculations and some messy rumors. You know, people for the longest was trying to say that she was gay. Everybody was shocked that she had even married a man. I never personally thought she was gay. I just thought she was rough around the edges, you know, like most females from the hood are, but I never thought she was gay. Have you all heard anything? What are your thoughts? Are you an MC Lyte fan like myself? Drop down in the comments below and let your girl know what's on your mind. You know I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know. Moving right along in breaking entertainment news, Gayle King reveals why she turned down the offer to take over Oprah's talk show. Her best friend was ready to pass the baton, but she said no. Gayle King is reflecting on turning down one of the most incredible opportunities she was ever offered. Sitting down with Drew Barrymore for the debut of her new digital series, The Art of the Interview, the CBS This Morning co-host says she was offered to take over Oprah's talk show after she retired from it in 2011. However, King, who has close media ties to the mogul for decades, decided to turn the opportunity down in favor of spending time with her young children while they grew up. "It would be great for me. It'd be really great for me, but that wouldn't be fair to them," King said. King and Barrymore were discussing how they both ended up separating from their respective husbands, the fathers of their children, and the disappointment that came with it. It was as if I was letting them down, Barrymore said of her feelings when separating from her husband back in 2016. King, on the other hand, said that being able to watch her children grow up was the most important thing to her. Oprah was talking about giving up the show because she wanted to go into acting. She wanted to go into acting. She wanted to act full time because she loved acting. So her plan was, you move to Chicago and we'll incorporate you into the show. At the end of the year, I can sort of pass the baton, King explained. And I was really imagining a huge opportunity. I was really excited about it. And the kids were, we were divorced. So they were still young. And then I realized that wouldn't be fair to them. King's now grown daughter Kirby and son William Jr. were the focus of her life back when she was offered the Oprah show hosting job. She says she was focused on raising them to feel loved and secure, and that moving to Chicago wouldn't have been the best situation for them at that time. So in the end, I just decided to not take her up on that offer. But favorite daughter Kirby and favorite son Will, their well-being to me was more important than whatever career opportunity I could have ever had, ever at any time, King said. And I don't regret it. We can watch that full interview, guys, with Gayle King and Drew Barrymore. I believe it is airing on CBS. And I thought that was interesting because it looks like, we all know Gayle King and Oprah have always been close for years. And I think that was really awesome that at one particular point in time, Oprah was looking at passing the baton on over to her. But we all know that Gayle King stayed on with the CBS morning show. And she's done quite well. In fact, she nailed it with her now infamous R. Kelly interview. And it looks like in retiring, in a sense, she is now going to her own digital show, which I think is a pretty savvy business move for Gayle King. So kudos to her. Are you all familiar with this story? If so, drop down in the comments below and let me know. Even if you are not familiar with it, what are your thoughts? You all know I would love to hear your feedback. Drop down in the comments below and let me know what's on your mind. Moving right along, in breaking entertainment news, y'all. Sweetie Pie's Tim Norman, exotic dancer, charged in murder for hire plot. You all, James Timothy Norman of Sweetie Pie's fame is facing federal charges alleging he conspired with an exotic dancer in the murder of his 18-year-old nephew, Andre Montgomery. The 41-year-old son of the legendary restaurant owner, Robbie Montgomery, was arrested this morning, August 18th, at his home in Jackson, Mississippi. According to a statement from the U.S. Attorney, Norman, who starred with his family in the show Welcome to Sweetie Pies, had feuded with his mother over money in recent years after she sued him for opening restaurants under the Sweetie Pies name and brand, basically without her permission, according to court records. It was a messy public spat, but federal authorities say that Norman executed a far more sinister conspiracy to have his teenage nephew killed in 2016. According to the criminal complaint unsealed today, Norman had taken out $450,000 in life insurance policies on Andre Montgomery in 2014, and he was also the sole beneficiary. Now, in 2016, Norman was living in LA. Phone records obtained by the investigators showed that leading up to Andre Montgomery's murder, Norman and a Memphis-based dancer named Tiara Ellis headed to St. Louis and communicated over burner phones. Ellis also started contacting Montgomery, sending him her Instagram account handle. 3 days later, Norman flew into St. Louis and booked a room at the Chase Park Plaza Hotel. The next day, March 14th, Ellis contacted Montgomery to figure out where he was according to the complaint. And cell phone records showed that he had texted her the address of a house, and then that he also called Norman, Tim Norman, I guess the uncle or whatever. So despite being at the scene of Montgomery's murder at 8:02 p.m., Ellis's first phone call was not to the police, but rather to Norman. Phone records would then show the phone moving south along Interstate 55. Norman's phone showed him flying back to LA, arriving early in the morning after the killing. The same day, March 15th, both the burner phones went dark, authorities say. This is crazy, y'all. I really used to like watching this show when it first came out on my own network, but I always thought something was very interestingly off about the son. Wide hips, just tall, very cocky. And I believe his baby's mom was always trying to get him to pay or catch up on his child support. And then also, remember Jennifer from Basketball Wives? I remember a couple of seasons back, she was taking him to court for stalking and harassment. And everybody was saying that, whatever, Jennifer, nobody basically believed her story. And we kind of thought she was just trying to, make herself relevant because she really never had a man. And it was weird as to why she was even on the show, Basketball Wives, because she was not a basketball wife. But looking back now, it's like, ooh, girl, you might have dodged a serious bullet with this cat. Oh my God. Anyway, my heart goes out to Miss Robbie of Sweetie Pies and her family. Not only was this young man murdered, but his father was also murdered. I believe the article said almost 20 years ago or so. So just a lot of tragedy and violence in this family. And then to find out that it is your own son, a family member right there sitting in your face every day, like ain't nothing going on, is just baffling and sick at the same dang time. Y'all drop down in the comments below. Let me know what's on your mind. What are we thinking about this situation? It's crazy to me. Alright, let me get on with the next story. Moving right along, y'all. Moving right along. Lastly, y'all, in entertainment news, I guess I will touch on this just a little bit. And I do mean just a little bit because, I don't know, it just wasn't that intriguing for me, but it was definitely trending. So I definitely am going to cover it since it's trending topics, okay? So this last story, I'm going to cover WAP, of course. WAP was trending by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. NBC actually called it a joyful role reversal, and no wonder why people were mad. They said, the article says, yes, it's deliciously filthy. It also follows in the footsteps of many female and male artists who have used music to explicitly explore their sexuality. Now, on Friday, August 10th, they dropped it, okay? And by the end of WAP, that's W-A-P, which stands for Wet A-P. You figure out what the A and P is. The new single by Cardi B and Meg, even if you listen to it on the radio edit is it's technically not profane, but you can still kind of figure out what they talking about, and it's very, very, very over-sexualized. But you will know from the first bass beat that maybe had you dancing in your kitchen with a wet bucket and a mop, you probably are now asking yourself if that's a metaphor to blank. That's what the article said, y'all. So, it says that they had rapid fire flow, endlessly quotable one-liners. The two hip-hop stars created a female sex-positive anthem as they trade lyrics and grab back the genre's sexual narratives from hard male rappers and then wipe the floor dry with the boys' boxer shorts. They also have music traditionalists complaining, social conservatives saying they are pouring holy water in their ears, and other people moaning about women's rights and the Stone Age. So like I said, y'all, it was very controversial. The initials, again, don't mean wireless application protocol. And it is an unfriendly, well, radio unfriendly acronym describing, WEP AP. And yeah, it was trending, y'all. I personally, the beat was alright. The lyrics weren't all that, but it was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? And I guess for the younger generation, they'll probably rock with it. Somebody in the mid-40s like myself, it's alright. But it basically sampled Frank Ski's Whores in His House. And it says Cardi B raps about Big Mac trucks and little garages and hooked King Cobras, telling listeners she don't cook, she don't clean, but let me tell you how I get this ring. So yeah, you do the math. What were y'all's thoughts on WAP? Okay, pure point blank, because Pandi ain't got too much to give. I ain't got much to give on WAP. I feel like it's one of them stripper anthems. Like, I can see it popping off in a club or in a strip club in particularly, and it really being something to get the crowd lit. But would I be just bumping it on a regular basis, like to clean my house? No. Would I be just bumping it on a regular basis, just rolling down the street? No. But if I wanted to get crunk and I was kicking it with the girls, maybe. And I also feel like maybe people are probably reading this entirely too much into the lyrics. But then, as a mother of a young daughter, I can kind of understand where people are coming from when you look at the lyrics and what it is they're saying. But then there's also that flip side that, my daughter is 19 years old. She's just not gonna, she might bounce and dance to the music, but she's not gonna go try to, live it. So I don't really see what all the fuss is. Y'all drop down in the comments below and let me know what's on your mind. What did you think about WAP? Okay, drop that in the comments. That is my last piece of entertainment music news. Alright, so I hope that you all have thoroughly enjoyed the trending recaps with Pandi. I hope that you took a moment to blow dry on that like button on your way up in this piece. If you didn't do so when you came in, please make sure you do so on your way going out. It greatly helps with my analytics here on YouTube and the way that my videos are pushed out into the algorithm. And also, if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, take a moment, hit that red button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, honey. It is free, $99. I'm Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. I want to thank you for taking a moment to click on this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.